plan, design and do stores there. Despite all of this, I feel business तो बन जाता है over the time. It's only आपको passion होना चाहिए और आपको लगे रहना है. That I have never left. I was constantly behind it. Last year we did some 50 odd crores. This year we should be around 80-85 crores. But it's not numbers, you know. When I started, a basic Calcutta boy with no background, nothing, with simple products representing Bengal art and crafts. Obviously now we have grown much ahead. We have products from across the country. But we just kept on going. And कुछ पहले भी डिस्कशन हो रहा था ना कि को-फाउंडर्स हाँ भाई
নমস্কার, আমি পবিশা চট্টোপাধ্যায়। আপনাদের সবাইকে স্বাগত পবিশাস জ্ঞানে। পবিশাস জ্ঞানে আমি বাঙালি ইউথদেরকে এন্টারপ্রেনিউরশিপ আর বিজনেস রিলেটেড মোটিভেশন দিয়ে থাকি। আজকে আমরা এসে গেছি বীর বেঙ্গল এন্টারপ্রেনিউরস ইকোসিস্টেমের ডিসেম্বর মিটে। সেই ডিসেম্বর মিট আজকে কোথায় হচ্ছে? আরওসিতে আপনি মলারা জানেন আমরা প্রত্যেক মাসের বীর ইভেন্ট কভার করে থাকি। তো আমরা ভিতরে যাব, তবে আপনাদেরকে আরেকটু একটা ভালো অ্যানাউন্সমেন্ট করে দিই যে এরপর থেকে আমার ভিডিওজ আপনারা হিন্দি অ্যান্ড ইংলিশেও পেতে পারবেন। তাহলে আমরা একটু ভিতরে যাই এবং ভিতরে গিয়ে দেখি ভিতরে কি কি হচ্ছে।
হ্যালো এভরিওয়ান, আমি তো এখন কলকাতায় থাকি না, আমি প্রবাসী বাঙালি এখন এখানে। বাট very happy to be here. See, I was in Calcutta for almost all my life and I saw a lot of startup events happening, groups getting created, but I never saw things getting funded. When Orunda started this almost 2-3 years back, or not even 2-3, I guess a year back, when I saw BE happening, and then when startups started getting funded, I was so happy that actually a group is there which actually makes funding to real entrepreneurs and to make BE possible. I know there are like 2 groups with 1,000 plus members in both the groups, 2,000 members. So it's amazing whatever has been created. See, despite this group, there are multiple other groups. People will always say कि funding होता है, but वो नहीं रहा यार, इतने साल से मैं देख रहा था. But yeah, I am so happy and I have also invested in a couple of companies through this group and it's a very active group. So happy that so many people turned up on a Sunday afternoon, as of myself as well. But yeah, about my journey, I started almost 10 years back. 10 साल हो गए. I started in 2014-15 from the specific city and I was doing my engineering back then. I was 18. Started with a very basic product like a cooler. एंड पता नहीं था, मतलब जब आप कॉलेज के फर्स्ट सेकेंड ईयर में होते हो तो आपको इतना आइडिया नहीं होता है कि बिजनेस क्या है और कितना स्केल हो सकता है. आई फील विद ईच पासिंग ईयर वी लर्न थिंग्स एंड आई फील कोविड वाज बैड फॉर अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल बट कोविड वाज द बिगेस्ट ब्लेसिंग विच आई गॉट बिकॉज एज सून एज कोविड हैपेंड एयरपोर्ट्स गॉट क्लोज्ड and pre-COVID we were mostly supplying to our airport retailers only like WH Smith or whoever was there. And then when COVID happened, people started coming out of airports. And that was the time when we said that we will get inside airports and we will start opening stores. Today as we speak, we are the largest airport retailer. We have like 67-68 stores across airports. You name any airport in the country, अगर कोई नया एयरपोर्ट बन रहा है और एयरपोर्ट खुलने के 6 महीने पहले हम लोगों को जगह अलॉट हो जाता है. So whatever new airports you see today, like last year we had 2 airports which had come. One was your Goa Mopa and the other was Bangalore T2. Now 2 more airports are coming next year. We have Navi Mumbai and Noida airport coming in. And then whatever other chutka airports come like Ayodhya or smaller airports also, we get the place 6 months before itself. So that we plan, design and do stores there. Despite all of this, I feel business तो बन जाता है over the time. It's only आपको passion होना चाहिए और आपको लगे रहना है. That I have never left. I was constantly behind it. Last year we did some 50 odd crores. This year we should be around 80-85 crores. But it's not numbers, you know. When I started, a basic Calcutta boy with no background, nothing, with simple products, representing Bengal art and crafts. Obviously now we have grown much ahead. We have products from across the country, but we just kept on going. And कुछ पहले भी डिस्कशन हो रहा था ना कि co-founders, हाँ भाई co-founder बहुत important है यार. I started in 2014. I got my co-founder in 2019. I might be 27, 28, but my co-founder is 54. The very senior guy named Vijay with white hair, very serious guy, takes very calm decisions. जितना मैं वो लिफ्ट से जाता हूँ तो वो सीढ़ी से एकदम धीरे चल के आता है. So we have a great balance in office, and it's amazing. I feel every day we achieve new things. I'll tell you about what we recently achieved. No, I have no political connection. I don't do any party. मैं किसी पार्टी में जाता भी नहीं हूँ, किसी को सपोर्ट भी नहीं करता. मेरे पास तो वोटर आईडी कार्ड तक नहीं है. तो around a year back, some secretary of some IS called me and said that we saw some of your stores. Would you mind come meeting us? And that meeting was in President's House in Rashtrapati Bhavan in Delhi. Then they did some tendering. They never had a store inside Rashtrapati Bhavan, or for that matter you go abroad, any museum, any monument, anywhere you go, you'll have a souvenir store when you come back. As basic as a country like Malaysia even, अब zoo से निकले एक बड़ा सा आपको souvenir store आपको चिपकाने के लिए बैठे होंगे. You go to Dubai, you go to any monument in Dubai, whether it's Dubai frame, Burj Khalifa, नीचे एक souvenir store आपको बेच रहा होगा. And you know, over the period of time, we have also evolved as a company. We knew what we are doing, and what we were doing, there was no one else doing the same. And that's why day one से doubt था चलेगा. Whenever we were raising funds, we have raised multiple rounds of funds, and always people had a question. And you know, the largest of our investor, Mr. Gyannn, Ajay Gyannn and Rahul Gyannn, while they invested, they said कि हमें तो धंधे से मतलब ही नहीं, हमें तो बंदे से मतलब है. So mostly whenever angel investing or investing at any level happens, after a certain stage, obviously they will get into your books, see your numbers. When you are raising at suppose 200 CR or 250 CR valuation, people obviously get into numbers. But still then the bet is always on the founders. So we evolved. We won the tender for Rashtrapati Bhavan. We opened with President Ma'am last week only. This week we opened. In Wednesday we had the store inauguration with her. And this was the first of the store which opened in Hyderabad. We have 3 more stores which are supposed to open. Like we're opening in Rashtrapati Bhavan, Delhi. Then we are opening across ASI monuments. We're opening a very cute store inside Taj Mahal. We're opening in Qutub Minar. Then we're opening a railway sort of a coach inside a few railway stations. So yeah, couple of things happening, and these are all first times for our country as well. But I feel this is where the country will change. See, our consumerism will compete with Chinese consumerism in 10-15 years from now. And East is probably the best place where you can innovate. We have Manyavar from here. हमारे Calcutta से क्या नहीं है, सब कुछ Calcutta से ही बना है. So there is nothing to look down upon us. We have started everything very early on. ईस्ट से ही सब कुछ बन के गया है. अब हम लोग गुड़गांव और बॉम्बे में बैठ के बोलते हैं अरे ईस्ट कुछ नहीं करता. ऐसा नहीं है, ईस्ट बहुत कुछ करता है, right? And so all the first happened from here, and I feel 10-15 years is for our country. Consumerism will be at its peak. At Rare Planet also we had Rare Planet, then we had Sitara, then we have a subsidiary called Liquid which has perfume shops across. Like 10 perfume shops of Liquid. It's a separate subsidiary with a whole new founder running it. So I think sky is the limit, and if you are innovating anything, I am more than happy to help. I also do very small ticket size investments. Whatever Arunda does, I have also requested him that whatever you do in Calcutta, I am more than happy to invest. My only criteria is Calcutta से होना चाहिए. बंगाली हो ना हो, I don't care. Calcutta से होना चाहिए, because they are up. Or for that matter, East. You go to Far East. My parents are from Tripura. I invested in a company in Tripura which makes some cane products. वहाँ पे bamboo बहुत होता है. was amazing entrepreneurship in all of these places, but there's no one to see, handhold or invest. So I feel this is a platform that has been given, and sky is the limit. Anyone who has been to China, I would request, अगर आप चाइना नहीं गए हो, Calcutta से बहुत easy है जाना. Please take a Chinese visa. We have an embassy here in Calcutta. Go visit. It's a case study. Because बाकी countries, you go to Europe, US, first visit China. You will see what consumerism is and what we can do in this country. Like as we see China, there's a company in China called Gyannn Coffee. I saw it last time. It was 30 days में 600 स्टोर खोल रहे हैं वो, छोटा छोटा स्टोर. Was consumerism is the next level. You go to Europe, you will see all Chinese people buying all luxury products. So अगर इतना पैसा Chinese लोगों ने बनाया है, it's only because consumerism was there. Their people worked hard. Now it's hard time ना. Next 15 साल हमारे पास है, उनका GDP तो grow नहीं कर रहा है. It's all of us who have to make, innovate products and do things. And I feel a lot of entrepreneurs will come out from here. We'll invest in a couple of them and let's make Kolkata. Let's not make Kolkata great again. Let's make Kolkata even better now. Kolkata is always great and it was great. Thank you so much, Arunda.
Why you rejected my offer?
Arey Arunda, you are there in my heart.
Sir, why did you move out from Calcutta to Delhi?
I feel
Easy question.
when I was running Dare Planet back from 2014, 2018 I graduated. I moved out of Calcutta in 2021, just after COVID. Honestly, I'll give you an answer for this. 2021 we started our first show in Calcutta airport. Happy we were operating from Calcutta. 2021 itself we opened 4 other stores. We opened Goa, Varanasi and Bangalore. As we were growing, we realized there was a big problem from Calcutta, which was we are in the eastern part of the country. When your logistics is pan-India, the best place to sit is either Indore or Delhi. Because आप वहाँ से ना इंडिया के किसी भी कोने पे फट करके सामान भेज सकते हो. Our central warehouse is in Indore, not even Delhi. Because from there, if I have to send, if a store in Chennai has some requirement, or we are present in the smallest of airports, bro. We are present in Coimbatore, Trichy, or in the far east like a Agartala airport or Guwahati airport, or maybe in this side in Bhuj airport, or in Srinagar. If you have to connect all the dots, you have to sit somewhere center. You can't sit in the east and operate. यार east से आपको अगर भुज में माल भेजना है, आपको 9 दिन का टैट है, तो कैसे भेजोगे यार? So that was a very operational call which we took, but I still come back to Calcutta. I am a Calcutta boy. यार ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Any questions, anyone? Yeah.
So like we are planet as we speak. It's a capex heavy model.
Yeah.
And so Mr. Mitra was here. Right? He also talked about that. Sometimes a few VCs, right, they reject capex heavy models and things like that because like so whatever the money they put, like a large chunk will go to the store or maybe like leads for a good time and those kind of things. But because Real Planet is as of now like India's biggest airport retailer, how you convince your investors and will continue in the future once because that's a dollar is like.
So what we basically do is, see, we might look capex intensive, but there are other parts of this business as well. I feel every company requires a very good financial guy. Like Arunda is there for Chayagram. Finances is very important, you know. Today, while we acquire new airports, we have to give a security deposit of 6 months. When you get government airports, there are banks to support you. So if you are a 50 crore business, till 50 crore, they have a scheme called CGT SME. If you're above 50 crore and below 100 crore, there's something called CGSS. And they have even schemes after that as well. With these schemes, you can get collateral fee bank guarantees. So I have used some 9.5 crores of bank guarantee from banks, in which I have paid only 20% of that. Just a 20% margin money. This is sponsored by the bank. And if you have a PAT positive balance sheet year on year, banks will keep on supporting you. और वो ना बहुत बकवास है कि बैंक बोलते हैं मॉर्गेज दे दो, कोई मॉर्गेज नहीं चाहिए आपको. HDFC नहीं दे रहा है, आप SBI चले जाओ. बस when you have a huge cash collection, like हमारा महीने का collection 6, 6.5, 7 करोड़ का है, तो इतना पैसा उस बैंक में डिपॉजिट हो रहा है एवरी डे, you have such a turnover, bank will support you. See, I have raised couple of rounds, but honestly every time I raise a round, I have 50% of that round money kept as a FD in that bank itself. That कभी कुछ आ गया, we never know when a big project kicks in. And in airports we don't have a timeline कि ये airport इस दिन आपको ये बड़ा जगह allot कर देगा. So it's very undynamic and uncertain. See, I have not raised from a VC honestly. I have raised from family offices and I have raised from individuals and I have raised from angels. And today at a spot where we are sub 100 crore or maybe in a year or so will be 150 crores. What I've realized now, you don't need a VC honestly. If your numbers are PAT positive, you are a profit making company, इंडिया में पैसा देने वाले 1000 लोग हैं यार, फैमिली ऑफिसेस भर भर के हैं, and today we have the best IPO route यार. Once you have achieved a good enough revenue, you can get, see, even at IPO your valuation will be derived by the PAT which you are making. अब टेक कंपनीज का अलग है, people have that trust with Zomato, a lot of people have trust, but conventionally तो PAT पे आपको multiple मिलेगा ना. So if you have PAT positive, money will come यार. मतलब यार I knew no one. पैसा तो आ गया ना, पैसा आ जाएगा. आप पैसे का चिंता मत करो, आप धंधा बनाओ, पैसा तो खुद चल के आ जाएगा यार. Yeah.
Just on some numbers. So you asked for 65 CR and they gave you 21 CR. So was it like after negotiation happened or you got convinced on that?
So you know, things were very good or things are very good when it is season 1. Season 1 में ना सब कुछ नया नया होता है. It is like a first day of marriage. उस दिन आप घर जाके जो भी बोलोगे ना वो मान लेगा बंदा, ठीक है. So we see, as both of the founders we were very cunning. We said कि जो भी वैल्यूएशन मिले ना ले लेंगे पहले, कि टीवी में आ जाना चाहिए. आप उधर रिजेक्ट कर दो तब टीवी पे आ नहीं सकता है. So we accepted that. We were at that time raising around at 75 CR pre-money, right? That was the same valuation we were discussing. And we were raising at 75 CR pre-money, and we had thought that we would give 10-15% discount and tell it to Namita and ask her to invest or in that show. But they reduced it so low. Then what happened? That was the year in which VCats or Venture Catalyst was the ecosystem partner for Shark Tank India as well. So after all of this happened, Namita's team called us a couple of times and we were ignoring them politely कि sorry नहीं आएंगे, or they will always call you to Pune आ जाओ बैठ के discuss करेंगे. We were politely ignoring them. After a couple of days, Venture Catalyst people also started calling me कि रानो तुम ऐसे इग्नोर कर रहे लोगों को, ऐसा थोड़ी ना होता है. I said, see, you guys are also doing a follow-on round at 75 CR. What will your investors tell? कि आपने नमिता को special discount दे दिया क्या? Then they said, ठीक है. Then one guy from Venture Catalyst came along with us, and then we went and met Namita. And then when we met Namita, so mostly her husband takes the prima facie call, Vic Thakur. So we went, met their team in Pune, and I remember at that time we were doing Terminal 2 of Bangalore. We had just won that tender. Terminal 2 is probably the best terminal in the country today. If you guys go to Bangalore, it is crazy terminal. And we have the best of the stores there. हमारे दो stores हैं Terminal 2 में और Terminal 1 में दो है. But Terminal 2 stores are amazing. One of that store alone does 1.5 CR a month. एक store. So वो crazy numbers है उसका. So we had all the 3Ds of the store ready. And we showed Vic Thakur कि ऐसा ऐसा store आएगा, ऐसा ऐसा planning है. Because आप वो 7 मिनट में सारा स्टोरी बोल नहीं सकते यार. कितना स्टोरी बोल लोगे और कितना ही दिखा लोगे. After they saw all of that, then Vic said कि ठीक है, we'll get back. I remember it was in 12-13 hours they get back to us, and it was in December. Namita was leaving for her winter vacation in US. Before she left, the money was transferred. तो यार
That's great.
और वो फर्स्ट टाइम ही होगा. अभी जो लोगों ने पैसा दिया है, अभी तो बॉस रीनेगोशिएशन में कुछ नहीं होता है. स्टार्टिंग में बहुत लोगों ने किया है. आई रिमेंबर अ कपल ऑफ माय अदर startup as in Shark Tank India friends, they also negotiated their terms. With Amman के साथ एक बंदे ने किया था, Hammond ने अपना terms renegotiate किया
Yes,
था.
yes.
So a lot of people renegotiated, but second third में नहीं हुआ और ये सब. Because second third आते आते ना उनको भी game समझ आ गया.
Good timing.
अब तो पैसा ही नहीं देते. Honestly, I know a lot of people have not got funds.
Hi Rano.
Hi, hi.
My name is Akshat. I'm the co-founder of RTOs. I have a D2C brand in the category of artist supplies, painting supplies and that. So I'd like to share a very small story, a small coincidence. So I've been aware about Red Planet since December 2021, but even before your Shark Tank thing, because you guys used to have your office at AD 168. I've spoken to you once over call. Yes.
Yes, yes.
So our first office was also, I think, couple of buildings away from your office. So what used to happen is that the Amazon pickup guys, they used to pick up the shipments from your office and bring it to our office, and then assemble everything together and used to go from there.
Yes, yes.
So congratulations on the
Thank you
entire
so
journey
much.
and the success that you have achieved till now. Yeah.
I have a small story of that house
Yeah.
for everyone who's here. You know, I come from a very humble background, okay? When COVID happened, I was staying in a house in 198 by 1 Bidhan Sarani. It's in Hedua Park area. It's a rented house for almost 30 years. और उसमें पानी का crisis ये वो सब कुछ था. Then we moved to AD 168 during COVID. That 2-story house.
Yeah.
जो ऊपर में जो रूम है ना balcony के पास, that room me, my mom and dad used to stay in that one room. And the kitchen we used to use as kitchen. The big room that was there in middle, that was our office area. And the ground floor was
Entire processing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And from that we did Deshka Cooler with Tata tea from that specific house. So that house is very, very special to me. He didn't sell it to me, that's why I couldn't buy it. And so I bought that house.
I had gone to actually rent it out because we were scaling up and we were facing issues. with the
We
scale.
left that house because he said कि मैं इसमें promoting करूँगा.
Same reason.
And then we came out, and then after a few years, 1.5 years, he said कि you sell it to me because I have such memories there. He's not ready to sell. बनाएगा भी नहीं, बेचेगा भी नहीं, whatever it is. So a very interesting story of that
Yeah.
house.
So I have one question first of all, that
Yes, yes.
how do we actually approach airport retailing? Basically the ABCs of airport retailing, and obviously how do you guys also sell other brands, or it's just only your brand products that you sell through your own store?
See, as a brand, our policy is to sell our own brand, always. And because of a closed circle, I'll tell, even if we promote or we do a brand in the beginning, we might discontinue that brand in a year or so, because see, our supplies are very strong. मतलब यार हम 70 स्टोर चलाते हैं, we have 100 stores, and we usually, my other co-founder is in the sourcing side of the business. Nothing below 80% doesn't strike him. यार कोई brand अगर बोलेगा 30-40%, वो लोग day one पे ही मना कर देता है. So I remember there is only one brand which is still running with us. It's called फूल बोल के अगरबत्ती का ब्रांड है, जिसको यार पैसे की माँ बाप नहीं, बहुत पैसे उसके बाद चलाने के लिए, इतना फंडिंग है, जला ही जाएगा. Boss, I'll tell you, they gave us 5.5 lakhs only as marketing budget plus margins. We opened a store in Ayodhya Airport. We're the only store in Ayodhya Airport. Okay? And they have some nonsense called Ram Collection or Shri Ram Collection, whatever it is. Boss, on day one, we had 3-4 incense brands coming and meeting us. Those Cycle Agarbatti, and then there's Prabhu Shri Ram Agarbatti, and then Fool. Fool said, you don't have to meet anyone, we'll pay you $1 lakh upfront. You will only keep our stock. I said, okay, no problem. My rent bill of 3.5 lakhs, you give us 1 lakh, my store is 1/3 free. So we usually don't promote, but if it is an exceptional brand and there's a customer pull, so Fool, we don't have to sell, it sells by itself. उसका packaging इतना सही है ना, बिक जाता है. So we usually do it. And ABC of airport retailing, there is a site called aai.aero, जिसमें tenders दिखते हैं government के. aai.aero. You can go there, you can see tenders. ठीक है. And today, after a new government has come, they have removed the technical criteria. So पहले क्या था कि you need to have a technical criteria कि आपको इतने दुकान चलाने हैं, ये चाहिए, वो चाहिए, वो सब हट गया है. अब there is no technical criteria. The only criteria which you have is a financial criteria. And the third point is you should not be blacklisted in any government organization. If you have that, you can apply for a tender and win a tender. One. Then second is a airport tendering. There is a master concession from whom we take. And third is there are private airports. So private airports, we need to negotiate with the airport operator. And now private airports have also become very chalada. Adani बोलता है कि हम कुछ नहीं करेंगे. So Adani for Navi Mumbai has not given to any brands except brands which they are invested in. Suppose they have invested in us, so we get a space. Other than that, they're not giving it to anyone. वो बोलता है कि सब कुछ हम खुद कर लेंगे. Because they acquired a company called April Moon, which is a duty-free player. They have got experience of everything. दारू से लेके perfume, chocolate सब खुद कर रहे हैं. So airport retailers have become, as private airports have become very chalak. So it's very difficult now. But yeah, you can do tendering. Tendering is a fair process, online process है, lock हो जाता है. तो पुराने वाला चिट्ठी डालने वाला process है नहीं. जिसने highest bid किया है वही जीतता है. So there is no malice in that. So that is a fair process which anyone here wants to open a store at airport can try.
What is the typical rent size per square feet in a metro?
Metro city is very expensive. For example, a Calcutta airport would cost you anywhere between 20,000 per square meter. For example, our Air Planet store in Calcutta airport is some 8.5-9 lakhs a month, depending on the airport.
Apart from the rent, they also charge some sharing on the revenue.
Yeah, there's a rev share which is like 30-35% of your sales. But eventually, if your store performs well, you always pay rev share. Like I always pay rev share. So rent is not that. मतलब अगर आपका धंधा चल रहा है, आपका प्रोडक्ट बिकने वाला प्रोडक्ट है, आपको पिंच नहीं होगा. See, at an airport, you don't have a marketing budget.
Right.
E-commerce में तो सबको चलाना, मतलब marketing है ना. हमारा marketing है, वो rent है हमारा marketing budget. We don't have any marketing cost.
Makes sense. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
তুই এয়ারপোর্টের সব স্পেসগুলো নিজের নিয়ে নিস জিবিতে ভাড়া করে
Are we are so
20% মার্কেট
So what we are doing is, for a few airports, we are tendering for the entire space, and we are also planning to tender for the entire airport. So we want to acquire airports now because tendering is in 3 years. I feel this airport business in India is going to go a long way. We'll have 250-300 airports in this country. So anyone who wants to get into this industry, perfect tech, please get in.
Absolutely.
Hi, Ramdeep.
Hi.
Hi. So, Ron, this is no question to you. So,
Before that,
Yeah.
Shark Tank guy.
yes.
Shark Tank
It's a very Shark Tank related thank you and something that he did for us. So it's a story, very small story. So before our shoot day, which was it was 18th of October or something. 2 days before that, we Showpal suddenly told me, "Bhai, Rano Deep to our junior." And bolam, yeah, from your school. Let me just call him. So Showpal called him, and Rano Deep was doing very well. It was back then after the first season, we looked up to him and everyone. Obviously, it was one of the best deals, and which is proven this year or last year. So Showpal called him, and he was so humble. He told that the first thing he said was, "I'll put a word in for you to Namita." Okay, which he did. And on the day of the shoot, as we are going through the door, as we go through the door, Namita shouts, "Hey, I know you guys." And that is when it got validated, and me and Shopal were so happy. We didn't get the deal, obviously. That is fine, that happens. But it was such a good feeling that Rondip put a word immediately without knowing anything about us. Just we had very good numbers back then. So he just asked about that and he put a word directly. So thank you for that. Such a humble guy, and yeah, amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
যদি আমার ভিডিও ভালো লেগে থাকে, আমার সমস্ত কন্টেন্টগুলো আপনার ভালো লেগে থাকে, এই ভিডিওটা আপনার ভালো লেগে থাকে, তাহলে অবশ্যই সাবস্ক্রাইব করবেন, লাইক করবেন এবং যত সম্ভব আপনার লাইক মাইন্ডেড এন্টারপ্রেনিউরদের এবং